All right, welcome in the ring. Good night to each and every one of you. It's just after 8. Good to have you on. Wherever you're joining us from, pull your chair a little closer to, pull your chair a little closer to the settee. Get the chips, get the fried fish, whatever it is. Happy to have all of you here. Share the broadcast wherever you're joining us from. Good to have you. I see Cecilia and Romel and my God, so many of you. And Neo and Debbie and all our favorite folks. Debbie Ho and Kirk, good to see you there, and Carlisle and all the tubers are on. First up, all the tubers are on. Where are our folks from YouTube, Meta, the Blue app? Where are our peeps? We're so happy to have you guys here with us. So happy. We're so very happy. Be right here. Y'all even bother. Don't even bother. How y'all doing, folks? Good to have all of you here with us tonight. Pace and power, boots on the ground. They're telling us that we are live, right? We are live and direct, and I think we got to go one other place. You didn't miss a thing if you're now joining us. Great to have all of you in the broadcast with us this evening, folks. Share the live, folks. You got some things to talk about. Them boys. We got a couple of things to talk about. Them boys. You know how it is. You know how it is. But before that, I trust you all have had a good day. I trust you all have had a great day. Wherever you're joining us from. Wherever you're joining us from. Pace and power. Homie is on with us. I see Noel Grant is here too. Donald Abrams is here as well. Rena Mars. Good to see all of you. Roxanne Odessa-Ward. Good to have all of you joining us. You're just in time. You're right on time. Share the live, smash that emoji button, folks, and we got a couple of things to share with you, fantastic folks. A couple of things or two. You know, the PNCR had a press a couple of days ago, and one of the things, Ganesh Maipal, he's the APNU whip. He's the APNU whip. He keeps us in tip-top shape as members of parliament. And he said this report out of the EU, we're not going to let it just sit on no shelf and gather moss, gather dust. You know, and I was talking a little bit about our report just today. You know, check my profile. The EU says, right? EU says your data was misused in the last election. EU want biometrics. Ajikam, how come we want biometrics? Everything else, the one you fingerprint, your thumbprint, blood sample, the one way I look like, the one you got Bigfoot. But you see this GCOM? Off limits to biometrics. Off limits to biometrics. Now that is some of what MP Ganesh Mahipal said quite recently. He said, we ain't gonna just let the thing lie down there, sit down there. Hear nothing doing. Listen, I like excitement. I don't like no boring and mundane and austere, dry, rancid. You all find some adjectives. You know? He ain't like no time like that. Action. Where's action, people? We're gonna have all 500 of you join us. Imagine if every one of you who are with us just right now, right? Not the next 1,500 or 2,000 who are gonna join us. Just you. If you just smash that emoji button, how much more people could get the valid and credible information? Y'all know sometimes if you own what's enemy, right? You all know sometimes if you own what's enemy. So here's what Ganesh Mahipal said quite recently on the future of that report.
A critical report by the European Union Observer Mission is in the hands of the various political parties and the stakeholders. Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal told the press conference on Friday that the report would be used to fashion legislation for future elections.
We don't intend to put the EU's report or no other report that is going to come from various other observer missions on a bookshelf and leave it to gather dust. We intend to make reference to them and to advance legislations to the point where we can make the changes. We want to also facilitate dialogue with the EU and all other observer
He
missions.
said that moves would be made to ensure that the observer missions don't simply walk away from their reports.
And we want to call on them to not just down tools at this particular juncture where they just put the report out and leave it as that. We want to ask them to also facilitate follow-up mechanisms. We want to have them come back into Guyana and do an update to see how far the country has advanced. And I've always said that we are a nation still building on our democracy.
Mahipal recalled that for more than 5 years, the contention has been that the voters list is bloated.
For 5 years and more, we have been saying that there is need for biometrics at the place of poll. For 5 years and more, we have been outside of GCOM calling for a clean voters list, because we do believe that with a credible list, you will get credible elections, which will give you credible results.
That's how it's going to go down. Just in case anybody asks you. That's how it's going to go down, good folks. That's how it's going to go down. God damn it. That's how it's going to go down. Now, thank you, Ganesh Mahipal. And I was looking so intently there as Ganesh was making that presentation, and I realized something. You know? I realized something. Put it here a little closer. I realized something. Yeah. I ain't bad looking. Give and take. A rainy day or two. A little night Jew here and there. I ain't that bad looking again. Come on now. I used to be somebody in this town. I was a. How many of you was a? Magnell Barrow. Glycis and Linda. Sheena Hazel. How many of you was a? Roxanne, Troy, Mandy. Good to have so many of you join us this evening. Pace and power. Boots on the ground. Was a. Come on now. I got my sides, eh? You know? This government, folks. This government. I saw Ganesh friend today. I saw Ganesh friend from the west side. His neighbor from the west side. Dear that Indar. That's the wrong emo. That's the wrong sound effects. That's the wrong sound effects. All right. Now we're talking. I saw the honorable minister in Upper Mazzaroni, a place called Perema. Perema is a beauty. Perema is a beauty. I saw him there. What was he doing there? What was he doing there? He went to open up a runway. He went to open up a runway for the third time in the last 5 years. The third time in the last 5 years. You see the first two times, one Edgel went. The first two times one Edgel went. And now they're too shame. He too shame to go back. See, send there that in there. He sent there that in there, folks. The first time, right? They went up there. They opened the runway. Thing I work out too nice. It didn't work out too nice at all. It did not work out too nice at all. And then they did, you know, this everything now is billions. They did some work on this airstrip, the Perema airstrip. And then they tried to land a plane like this. Right? Just open back the airstrip for the second time. They try to land a plane like this. Is this a Cessna? A Beach? Whatever it is. In my Cambridge voice. Whatever it is. And the plane wheel stick. I almost said the plane foot stick. Same difference. The plane foot stick. And they had to close it back. They had to close it back again. You see where you're dealing with this government? You gotta know scamtitude. So today I saw the wheel out. How the bishop had the faith. The bishop had the faith to go back a third time. The wheel out. Did that in there. And they sent him there. They sent him to open. You know they say, brothers and sisters, the third time is the charm. Ringsiders, Elise, Sandra Hanover, Auntie Sandra, Michaela, Deborah Clark, Oren. My God. You know they say the third time is the charm. The third time is a charm. Melanie Adams. So they sent him, look, this thing had enough laugh today, right? People who don't know this story, when I wonder why we roll up so home, laughing, everybody the whole neighborhood. When I see Indar, dear that Indar, whatever it is, whatever his name is, I laugh to tell. And look, let me show y'all something. The people from Perema, the good folks, the beautiful folks from Perema, they know something is up. They know something is up. I know why he didn't carry Sarah Brown. Huh? See, I know why he didn't carry Honorable Minister. He went by himself. He went all the action. The folks in Perema know something happening. Right? The main area where people live in Perema, you can just look across the waterway. Oh, it's so beautiful. I could feel that breeze now from the Perema River. You know, I could feel it. And you could just look across and you could see, you can see the runway. You know when somebody come in, you see? You know when somebody come in, folks, the runway is right here. And I saw the good residents of Perema. The people say, we even waste my time and go for them. Yeah. We even waste my time and go over and see it open. Because God knows, you know, you just never know what might happen tomorrow. So the good residents of Perema just take a chair and sit down and watch it. The people don't even trust them to go to the opening for the runway. The people just pull two chairs from where they're living and watching over. The other side there is where the runway there. That's where the runway is. So you got to take a boat or you swim over there. You swim over the river. You know, I can swim that. I can swim there like nothing. You could swim over. People say, no. We wasting with time. Once bitten, twice shy. Fool me once. Fool me twice. You're going to third time to do it. The people just pull a chair. The same chair. I didn't say with the pull for Sierra and Vikash. In the National Assembly. The people just pull a chair. They say, we going to watch their dad from over here. We going to watch him. We going to see no playing wheel stick. We going to see no playing foot stick. The people just pull a chair. My God. They say, we going to watch him over here. Y'all tried. Folks, I stood here. I stood in this spot. My God. Somebody take me back to Perema. I'm begging you. I beg. Try to carry me back to Perema. This tongue life. You know? Carry me back to Perema. I beg of you. I had a good laugh today watching that. And the bishop even had the faith. No playing wheel and sticky with the bishop. Y'all try with that. You don't play wheel and sticky with him. You hear what I'm telling you? The bishop wasn't having it. The last time they landed this runway, one flight, you know, the runway closed down for the last year and a half to repair. That was the runway I was telling you folks. Now we stood on, Trish and I, we went to inspect the project. What do you think we do as opposition people in this country, man? We got all the government accountable. We went to Perema and then we filed a report after that. We spoke on that matter. But you know, you had so many things, you know, come in between that time. You forget about Perema, right? That was your runway. We went on. We put up the drone on the runway. At the end of the runway, we could see a tractor with a PP flag. Clear as day. You know, we could see the tractor PP flag. Right? The folks saw us at the other end of the runway and start coming towards us. And by the time the tractor got to us, it had a new flag on it. People from Perema different. I'm telling you, you would never meet a more beautiful people than the people from Perema. Beautiful people. And I'm told they are the only tribe, our indigenous brothers from Perema, who speak a particular language, right? They speak the only tribe in the whole country, if not the whole world, that speak a language called Arakuna. It's a beautiful place to visit. I'm telling y'all, y'all only walking and dead in this place. You're only walking and dead it out. How much I get to Perema? 50,000 return? Perhaps. And folks, from here to Perema, and that would improve your whole quality of life. Beautiful scenery, every turn, every bend. And the only indigenous tribe that speaks their beautiful Araucana language. I know some of it, but I want to show off tonight. I want to show off. Best wishes with the airstrip. Best wishes with the airstrip. I hope it's a good airstrip that could serve the people of Perema well. Because I'll tell you this. Part of it, I love me some hinterland, man. God damn it. I love me some hinterland. I said all that to say that. I love me some hinterland. The problem is, and that's why I'm saying I hope it serves the people of Perema well. People go through so much hardship in this country, like you would not believe. So to get into Upper Mazaruni there, Middle Maz and so on, the flight's going to Camarang. And then you got to take a boat and for an hour or so, small thing, to get up to Perema, right? And so, in the absence of that airstrip, right, they had to bring the goods now to places like Perema and further. You got to bring it by boat, more expensive, because you got to now land it by in Camarang and then boat it up the river. There's an added price there. Now you can fly the goods right into Perema there. No doubt. And then the same thing, people from Perema want to come out, you got to go by boat to Camarang. And story. Ray. So I'm very happy in that sense that I hope it stands up. I hope it stands up. Good folks, this country here, never an easy day. Never an easy day. You ain't got a day in this country. Something don't combust. I don't know what it is. This morning my wife was asking me some deep spiritual things. What I believe in, like people could do you and, give you something and you get sick or, give you food to eat and so on. And my God. Somebody understand this thing? I don't know. I don't know. But every day in this country, something goes up in flame. Today was a bus by coffee. Just combust. Don't ask me how or what or why. I just knew nobody was hurt. I just know nobody was hurt. What a country we got. My God. People of faith, you better pray. Share the live. Smash that emoji button. Take a look at that. Yeah, that was Coffee Square. Just yeah, caught a fire. Bus. Thankfully, did not hear any reports of injuries. I did not hear any reports of injuries. Thanks be to God. He is Guyanese. He lives here. He goes to work here. Thank God for that. Thank God for God. Yeah, just not a day go by. It's not a house. It's a car. It's a bus. My God. What's happening on our roads? Not a day goes by. And the Dr. Bar Jagdio, Demar Harbor Bridge. That's a mouthful. Something. Why did they open the bridge? To pray for it? They give thanks? Huh? They give a thanks every day. Just yesterday was something. Right? Today, my God. Today had its fair share, my God. But people of faith, where are you? Take a look at this. Just, just, and of course, similarly, I no reports of any major injuries. No doubt, people traumatized. You know, I was wondering as I saw that bridge open. I said, "Why do they build this thing so high? But you can't really, some of the bridges obstructing the view of the city. There's some mad, some crazy people. Where you going all the speed? The place wet, wet, wet. When you did your theory for driving, what stuck with you? You know what stuck with me? Braking distance. When the place dry, when it's wet. And so I'm acutely aware of that. And every driver knows, or should know, the state of your tires. You're losing the grippers. You need to change your tires. What have you? You can't get some ball-plated tires and you doing 240. Come, what's the matter with it? What's the matter with some of you, man? Come along. The rain falling. I don't know if this is internationally or this just here. But we grew up here and you got drive for you and the other man. Right? I think that's in the theory book too. That's not on the front page. Drive for you and the other man. I'm sure I saw that in that theory book. The second thing I saw in that theory book, I don't know if it's an international standard, but it says assume everybody on the road mad. You're the only sane person. Well, clearly not that person. Take another look at that. Talk about your Jet 2 holiday. Talk about your car spun around a couple of times. He could have been in the market depths of the Demerara. You see? Spun around a couple of times. I hope the builder bridge strong. We can know. I was fearful that the ocean going vessels will be hitting into it because remember how many times they hit the other one? Right? But maybe the legs of the bridge open very wide. I mean, whatever you call this span, whatever they call it, the legs, whatever it is. So those boats can go in freely. But with these pilots now, I hear they talking about speed, cameras for the bridge, and all manner of things. This country is the wild, wild west. It's the wild, wild west. Today we saw some cows crossing the road. I gotta get a dash cam camera, a dash cam. The cows crossing, everybody stopped. And a man on a motorcycle, he looks like one of these delivery guys, DoorDash or something. And he just kept riding through the cows. I looked at my wife, she looked at me, and I want them cow to run into you know. You hear the devil fighting me. You hear the devil on the back. You gotta think. We gotta think. With all that, Paul so says you got some car scamming ring. I saw Our brother Travis chasing some of this. You got a car scamming ring. You know what fascinates me? It's so difficult to find people of integrity to do business with in this country. Everybody trying to cut a corner. Everybody trying to one up you. I got a problem with that. You know, things that you could get reasonable. People want to make 300% profit on the items and the things sky high. Everybody got some trick. Everybody got some scam. Everybody got some get rich quick scheme. Fed up with it, man. And you know what? In some instances, the authorities know who these people are. They know who they are. They know who they are. Retired Assistant Commissioner of Police, Paul Slow. Love to hear him on these matters. Take a look.
A vehicle scam has been unearthed in Guyana. Vehicle dealers are accused of switching the vehicle identification number VIN and the chassis numbers on vehicles. One man reported that he bought a vehicle that developed problems soon after. He said that he requested a replacement. He got the replacement but realized that the replacement bore the same VIN and chassis number as the previous vehicle. Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slow is querying the absence of an investigation.
I want to know in regards to all that is circulating on social media, whether the police will conduct a proper investigation or I'm going to wait for one of the victims to make a formal report to the police. Because remember, when Gail Teixeira was asked by a UN body why they did not investigate, why the police, why the country did not investigate the Sugate allegation against Jagdeo, you know what was her response? Oh, no one made a report to the police.
He said that the people who have exposed the scam should go to the police with a formal report.
It looked like a real crime, a criminal gang operating. They have not called the name of the car dealer, and rightly so, because, you know, again, you talk about civil liabilities and all of that. And then the next, you know, only civil, they're going to tell you it's a cyber crime, and they get emotionally disturbed, bring in police, and I understand that the dealers are closely associated with members of the government. And
he said that the transfer of VIN and chassis numbers are criminal activities.
And I suspect that now that we have had these people coming forward, more people who have been scammed will also come forward. There seems to be an international ring. Now we understand the Canadian authorities were also looking into this. The American authorities are looking into this because it is said that some of these vehicles are stolen in the US and Canada.
He said that the people appear to be acting with impunity because they have political and other cover.
They have political, that's what they're saying, right? That's what they're telling us. They have political and other cover. Political and other cover. Give us a quick sec, folks. Something seems to be amiss. Give us a quick sec. Let us gather our bearings. Gather ourselves together and see what's up. Give us a quick sec. There. Give us a quick set. So as I was saying there, moving it along, turn our attention to some other things. I saw before we get here, I saw the Carnegie School of Home Economics is celebrating 93 years. Oh, that place could cook some good food, man. I like what they're doing with our young people. Our young and not so young, people who want to cook at any age. You know, you remember what a famous chef said? Anybody can cook. You know, anybody can cook. You know, look, I tell you, I easy for the cooking. Cooking get me problems. Cooking get me problems. Y'all who watch our show often, You all know the whole thing top to bottom. But congratulations to Carnegie School of Home Economics. 93 years that school has been in existence. Saw them them celebrate as they graduated 67 students recently. Yeah. Yeah. Congratulations to all the people who have played a role bringing this school through these 93 years. That's not easy feat, you know, to keep coming, to keep coming. You get some boys with Nakala down 93. Carnegie, who did Carnegie? We got it now. Then you wonder why the young people is the way the young people is. But moving on, Rupenteer. Don't make the mistake ever. Don't do it. Don't make the mistake ever. You hear me? If you say you put me by Rupen, who? We have miles to go. Right? If you want to know the quality of a country, the people tell us, watch how they treated them. When you want to know one half business, since 2023, local government election, they're telling me to fix the Rupenteer. It's now on the cusp of another local government elections. They're kicking up. They're kicking up. You see, you got to really fine print in this country, though, folks. You got to read the fine print in this country. Right? You know the sad thing about the Rupenteer? The grass is grow. That's the sad. Don't clap yet. You see, we are always clapping for the ribbon cutting. Right? We don't wrong for the maintenance. I see this movie before. I know the actors. I know the villains. Right? I know the I know the thespians. Let me up my language. You know? There's another word for actors. I know the thespians. Right? I know the protagonists. Oh my God. I know the antagonists. I know the whole thing top to bottom. Same script. Even the cast. Got some people of old. I've seen before. Right? Just as the PPP were losing the 2015 election, they had a $500 million cleanup. Right? 500. Listen, whenever you want to see money thief, big cleanup. Clean up. Things is disappearing and clean up. Money in this country is disappearing. Don't start clapping yet. This is the ribbon cutting. Here's the ribbon cutting. We have to see if the thing is sustainable. Then we shall know, brothers and sisters, if we turn it. Don't make the mistake. Only here. As the Trinity say, all you're hearing, don't make the mistake. I come and hunt all of y'all. You putting me down at La Rupen, who? You gotta be out here cotton picking mine. Put me down where? Look at the photograph. And you'll see everything. Right? You see when they neighbor cut bush? They throw some chemical, the whole thing get brung, they light a fire. Right? You might die. I might die of being a sweet boy. Sweet boyism, handsomeism, politicianism. Something of a carrier. That's one death. Maybe my old age. You know, I go to sleep some night and I just fade off into the ether. I don't know, whatever it is. That's not the point. But that's one death. Right? Could be chigger, could be bed shoes. I don't know. Could be chicken pox, small cuts. I don't know. Any number of things are carrying this car. You can walk across the road. You can drive it on Barjag your bridge and a car spin it around. You can end a bus that catch a fire. I don't know. Any number of things. God damn it. The point I'm making, that's the first death. And then they just sprinkle some chemicals and light a match. Burn them out now. You die a second time. Jesus. And then up comes the rainy season. Y'all know we're in the middle of the May, June rains. We're in the middle of the May, June rains. The flood out now. See a bun to death, a sweet bite to death, bun to death, and a drowned. I gotta do this every year. Every 2 years. Every 2 years. How you gonna rest in peace? How you gonna rest in peace and fire all around you? When the fire done is water, how you gonna look at this photograph? Let's dare take the photograph. Look some tombs right now underwater. Look some tombs right now underwater. Don't take God out your thoughts. Don't take God out your thoughts. You put. Listen to me. I'm a simple person. I like to be a fair person. You're not? I know some of y'all like to talk about that. So. Right now, some of y'all don't even want to point at this photograph. You bite your finger. You say, you ain't pointed barrel wrong. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You know? My wife and I watching a Netflix movie the other night. You know? I start feeling hot and bothered. I hear something like a cat crying outside. I said to my wife, you heard that? My wife said, you won't grow up in the country, you know. when you hear things crying, you don't talk about it. We discuss it in the morning. Brother Jesus, what the hell? right now, Sammy, I don't even want to point at the screen. You know? We don't point the barrel wrong. You know? By the time I'm taking this graphic, some of y'all walking in the house back to front. Y'all stop it. Y'all stop it. Y'all dare not. La Rupan who? Oh, I got the cotton pick in mine. You see? So, hold champagne. Keep the drinks nice. Keep the drinks nice. The terrible thing about grass, about bush, is grow. You give it a couple of days, let's bring it back. Let me see you go back and you see, we got a long way to go. We got a long way to go. You understand how this country got all these mineral resources and it's still down? He vexed them day and night. We got to make atonement now. You know? You get atonement. You burn them out. You drown them again. No one of the spirits are running edge out the ground. No one of them spirits want to see it. Running out the ground. You know? I wish them luck. You know, there's another thing I watching. The promise. They promised that the botanical gardens. I see they're doing some hopscotch construction. I don't know if it's gazebo, it's hotel, a building. I don't know what it is. But I'm watching them. We got to keep the feet to the fire and hold this government accountable. God damn it. Hold me accountable. It's pig last night. We have to repentier now. Y'all try with that. How many markets in the city get an upgrade? How many markets in Linden? Huh? How many? Y'all know y'all label. Yeah. I watching some of y'all 4 eyes, you know. 4 eyes. That's where the glasses there. Watching some of y'all 4. Watching some of y'all sideways. Sideways. You know, fixing up 6 markets in Region 6. Port Moran, Rose Hall, and some others. Why y'all say like that? What are the others? Come on, come. Ladies things in National Assembly. You know, ladies things. Look, is it me? Is it me up here doing everything but your ministry portfolio? Yeah. I think like Bria makes a daily habit. Like she got to troll Sonia Parag. She got to throw some 3 or 2 at Parag. Is it me? I'm still waiting to see the Honorable Minister, you know, really and truly take hold of our ministerial portfolio. Like she stick up in some places. It's a big country. You know? I sorry we don't have a cure. I saw prayer by the market today in a video. You know, I know she copying some of our stuff, but it's all right. It's all right. They said imitation is the highest form of flattery. I can see, I can see some of the people copying things to see that we do. It's all right. Take it for free. I should pray by the mark. It's all right. The caption of the thing was at border market or something like that. It's all right. Yeah, local government minister markets. Yeah, I could see that. I would love to see some of the councillors with her, but you know, that's of no import right now. So I said you're gonna hear something about some cleanup they're doing or rehabilitation. I saw the camera pan to Bria picking up fruits, and then there's error and this and that, and then the whole thing cut and said something. I said, what? I know Bria gonna stand there, his family, what's this? What's happening here? What's that? Look, what's the terms of reference to this Minister of Local Government? Right? What's the terms of reference? Folks, some of y'all wicked, how y'all can see Father face? And some of y'all like carry y'all Rupert there. Look, over close to 500 people watching us live. Live tonight, 55 reactions. Well, this is my language change from emojis. 55 reaction and over 23 all. Jesus Christ, let me watch it, watching y'all. What's the terms of reference for the subject minister? Right. We heard this child who was found dead on the Golden Fleece as a crib before shore. Right. We heard that child care department was engaged when the child went missing. Now, those are the allegations. That's what the parents are saying. When this child went missing, the child care department is being accused of ignoring their pleas for help. After the child went missing and was later found to have been drowned in that Golden Fleece foreshore on the Essequibo. Yes. Child was found dead, 2 days ago? His parents said that they sought the intervention because they believed he was being neglected by relatives, and they argued that timely action might have prevented the tragedy. Jesus, this breaks my heart. It breaks my heart, boy. It breaks my heart. You see the thing, kids don't ask to be born into these situations. And as adults, we have to take the best care of them. You see? And this is why you got to go along in the weeds with some of these things. You see, posing with kids is one thing. Posing with kids for photo ops and using them as props is one thing. Providing a meaningful, sustained intervention in their lives is something totally different. And if we are now one of the richest countries per capita, largest growth, GDP and this and that and fastest growing economy, and our kids are dying in the street from neglect, boys aren't us. We deserve to be buried at Rupert there and die many times. We deserve that fate, man. 12-year-old dying, billions in oil pumping out there. We should be having the best specialists from around the world trying to help us to remedy some of these social ills. We need professionals, not politicians. And some of these matters, God damn it, a 12-year-old lost his life. And no sooner he lost his life, it's the same week they pull a toddler out of some trench. God have his mercies. What kind of country is this? What kind of bottom house And then boys want to go megaphone and talk about development. You get the biggest bridges in the world. If you're 12-year-olds turning up, being found, face down in mud, dead. What kind of country is that? And this morning, I only call a couple names from the past 3 weeks. Look how infants are dying at the hospitals. Huh? Accidents. Our young people being chopped, shot. How madness is this? Huh? And all we care about is photo ops. I wonder about the lives of those young people. I wonder about the lives of those kids. Parents, whatever reason, found themselves in diverse straits. Like this youngster. My God. We got a lot of answer for. When we go and we see Father, we got a lot of answer for. A lot. We've got people killing themselves now. Shioraj. Ray. Shioraj from Mahiko. Chopped to death. Right? Ray meet 40 yet. He gone. Right? Yeah. A male relative and Shioraj had an argument. The relative attacked him, they say, with a sharp weapon, injuring his leg. Said Shioraj collapsed and later died at Enmore Hospital. This confrontation, they said, was part of a brawl in the yard. Could be killing one another. And people coming from distant shores and fetching out all that belong to us. Tenants of your own country. Right? Wildness on the road. So 4 injured in a crash near the Berbice Bridge. Right? This is what? Last night? Motor car lost control and struck a culvert near the Berbice River Bridge access road. Right? 4 persons injured, including a visitor from the US. Fractures and sprains and trauma and this and among the injuries. Slow down. Let me arrive alive. We already showed you what transpired on the Jagdu Demrara River Bridge, whatever it is. It's confusion powder. Confusion powder to the second power. That's how we got, Confusion powder. That's the theme of the program tonight. Confusion, top to bottom. Top to bottom. And now they say they're getting some speed governors trying to reduce, not car accidents, truck accidents, truck crashes. Right? This is being reported from the National Road Safety Council. The trucks were responsible, not cars, for 38% of road deaths between 2019 and 2024. Trucks. Guyana has some of the most deadliest roadways in the world. In the world. And now we're thinking about electronic speed governors for trucks. And they said the devices will limit the speeds and includes GPS monitoring, aiming to curb speeding and to improve road safety. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. Road accidents. Remember the school bus bringing the school children from that athletic activity a couple days ago? The driver succumbed. Subsequently, schoolgirl lost her life. They tell us on the spot. Multiple skull fractures. Judea Celine, 16 years old. That's what the autopsy is telling us. Multiple skull fractures. You see? A school bus carrying kids. You would think people understand. You got a greater duty of care, you know. I wonder, does this happen every day? America got what? 300 million people, you know. Buses combust every day. Accidents so wantonly. Are we weird? Yeah, weird as a country. My God. And if the trucks don't get you, if the bus don't get you, if the cars don't get you, it's them boys. It's them boys. Swashwati, Shanchar. So she was robbed by 2 gunmen that entered her home in a place called Bridgetown Village under quarantine. They held her at gunpoint, right, and demanded money. Said they stole about $700,000 from her before escaping. Right? She said she appealed for prompt police action. Right? She appealed for prompt police action. Was it forthcoming? You got the answer. Residents are calling for stronger patrols to curb robberies and gun violence in the region. Yeah. We were coming along. What's that? Mandela Avenue this afternoon. And just behind the gardens, you know, there is that hotel there, you know, and there was some official, some government personality there. If you see police, you know, knew as a government official because you could see government vehicles and how the guys dress, you know, the drivers and the security details and so on. If you see police, but something happened by your house now. 3 hours later, Jet 2 holiday. He better walk go to the station. Bring a vehicle. Because 50 yard, 75 yard. Trips around behind here for day in, day out. 72 vehicle entourage. You see? People being robbed out here. Killed out here. For little or nothing. Police? Moving on. Moving on, you see. That's with this lady, you know. Gotta get something and you get over that. You get some counseling and so on, you know, some prayers and so on, and in time, hope you can live a productive life. Because you always look over, surely, you know. You got sleep by your auntie till, you know, get over that fear of being in the house by yourself. You're hearing ghosts in every shadow. So the mice come back. You know that first hand. Know that first hand. You see? Think we are the time. Let's leave it there, folks. Go on for another hour. You know, and I want to be a 1 hour bad news. 1 hour bad news. Let's leave it there today, folks. We're going to see guys at the other side. We got 2,500 plus of you now joining us. Hit that emoji button for us. Share the live, folks. Smash that emoji button so others get the valid, credible information. I want to thank you guys for spending your time with us. It means something to me. It means something to me. You all took your time. You came here. You want to know what's happening in the country. You know, we try to do it in a light way. That's palatable for you folks. And you say, you know, we deliver some medicine, bring down your blood pressure and so on. We give you some news and some entertainment all at the same time. This is a snapshot of this country over the last 24, 48 hours. Ain't talking about last year. It's not a history program. You know, it's current affairs. This was in real time. This is happening. Thanks for joining us, folks. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, and thanks for joining us. Have a great night rest. Each and every one of you. You know, 9 down here. 1 good foot, drink your porridge, get your bed. Edward and Everil, Charles and Beryl. I see Thomas is here. Oh, my Lord. Charles Nelson, we see you there. Eben, and all you great folks, Tessa and Rosetta, Ornella, Deborah, Everil, Eva. Thanks for joining us this evening. That's the time, folks, and that's our broadcast. Stay safe.